Wall Street Memes Casino.
I'm fine.
And Sportsbook.
This is Joe Pugh for IFLTV. We are here at Wembley. Huge announcement today. Anthony Joshua attempts to become a three-time heavyweight world champion against the newly elevated Daniel Dubois. Just your thoughts on the fight initially.
Again, it's here in the UK. What an opportunity! The fight to be at Wembley Stadium. The fans can get excited and get it two Brits fight for a version of a world title. The day started off interestingly. We were told the press conference was 3 o'clock, and they rocked up on the stairs at 12 o'clock. The Sky cameras weren't there at the time, but that's a broadcasters pushing shoulders with each other, foolishness.
Yeah, I heard it got a bit lively between the two of them.
No, you're talking about the fighters getting. I didn't see that. These guys are respectful to each other. Trust me. And I think AJ's always respectful as long as he has to be to his opponent. And Daniel Dubois will say what someone's whispering in his ear. But these two guys, there ain't no hate, don't bad blood there. But it'll be a good fight. I don't think it'll go the distance, and I'm looking forward to it.
Both fighters on the back of really, really good form. How much of a chance do you give Daniel Dubois in this fight, who will inevitably come in as the underdog?
As a heavyweight that can punch, you'll always give, him a chance. One mistake changes everything. We've seen it historically in our sport. Daniel Dubois, starting to mature and believe in himself as a fighter. He's taking the sticks, taking the flak, just like AJ has to go through. Daniel Dubois is at the same stage AJ's been at. AJ's got the wisdom now of going through it. Daniel Dubois is going through it. And you've got two guys that have walked the same path. And so Daniel's just quite a few steps behind AJ. Yes, he'll go in as the underdog. Yes, he's got to have a career best, but he can't afford to let Anthony Joshua hit him the way he got hit in his last fight. He can't afford to do that because Anthony Joshua's too sharp, too powerful, and too concussive.
When you talk about belief from Daniel Dubois, and it seems like he's getting a lot of it at the minute, do you think if these sparring rumours are true from when they did spar back in the day, do you think that would give Daniel Dubois confidence, knowing he can hurt Anthony Joshua? I know it's sparring, but sparring is sparring.
Well, let's just remember, number one, there's rumours. Number two, if that, he'll know he has the power, but in reality, it don't mean Jack Diddley. I sparred with many people, and I was their sparring partner, then knocked them out when we fought. Sparring and fighting are two completely different things, because in sparring, you're willing to try things, think, right, that works, that doesn't work. You're willing to take a risk. Whereas in boxing, you fine-tune your game plan, what you're going to do. So that's the part where you make your mistake. That's the part where you're going to get hit. That's the part where you're going to learn the lesson in the gym. So if Daniel's going to go by that thing, I've done him in the gym, it'd be foolish to do that.
Obviously, it is a stacked card. Smith, Kelly, Kakachi Warrington, Denny Shiraz, Buatsi Hutchinson, Chamberlain Padley. I'm reading off the back of there because there's so many. What is the pick of the undercard for you, Johnny?
I love the undercard. I love the card itself as a boxing fan.
Best card we've ever had?
Best card we've had for many, many years. And you look on that stage now, you've got all the promoters, if not most of the promoters, top promoters, working together, conking their heads together. Now that's business side of it. And they might not like having to sit up there next to each other, but this is business. And so now as a fight fan, as you fight journalists, to see these fights happening, we benefit. So let the broadcasters and the promoters fight each other. As fans, let's love this and appreciate what it is. So to me, I think it's a good fight, good bill. There's so many picks. Tyler Denny, of course, I'm so happy for him.
What a story.
I'm so happy for this young man, because if anybody needed that fairy tale, it's him. So, there's great fights there. Willie Hutchinson against Buatsi. I know Willie used to train at our gym. The boy can fight. When I saw him in the last fight, I thought, oh my God, I forgot he used to train at our gym. I know what he's about. So there's some good fights, man.
Just a couple more. What did you make of Ben Shalom, obviously Sky promoter, meeting Eddie Hearn for the first time, little handshake in Birmingham on Saturday?
We've seen it previously with Eddie and Frank.
Yeah.
These guys...
They're all coming together now.
They've got to, because unfortunately boxing is a business disguised as a sport. Now these guys are that will stand there with each other smiling on camera, you know they're waiting to trip each other up, no matter what they say to you. And Frank Warren, he was my promoter once, and he said to me, Johnny, I've got to work with a lot of people I don't like. So this doesn't change. So the smiles and the conversation don't mean jack diddly. This is business. So it's nice to see, but this is business. You know what? I laughed at Eddie's line afterwards, saying, yeah, he'll jump in his MR2, shoot down the motorway, get himself a McDonald's, had that little celebration. And I thought, that was a backhanded compliment, but I chuckled. I thought, Eddie, I did smile about it. And you know what? Ben would have liked that little bit of victory, but Eddie, listen, it's just good to see.
It certainly is. Last one. You was very outspoken 2 weeks ago in the build-up to the Selhurst Park fight about Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk not happening. Now we've seen Tyson Fury's interview he done with his own brand Furiosity. Do you still have that opinion that Tyson Fury won't fight Alexander Usyk?
You know what? I still have the opinion that it's in the balance at least. I do, because I know the psyche of a fighter. I know what he said. He can tell you guys what you want. Of course he's going to say, I thought I won that. I remember fighting to a draw.
He said Usyk only won 3 rounds in his opinion.
I remember getting a draw in my fight, and I knew it was a draw. I didn't think I'd lost, and I thought probably, if not, I'd lost. Brendan said, tell him you had it hands down. I'm going to say that to you. Fury's going to say that to you. He's going to do that sort of stuff. He's not going to say, yeah, you had my hands down. He's not. He's basically saying, believe me, not your lying guys. So again, you saw spits where there was an opportunity and there was the ability there to do it. He knows if he was ahead. He knows what was going on. So when he's saying the corner said X, Y, Z, he needs to accept the blame. But he's going to tell you what you want. He's not going to say, yeah, I got asked. He knows what the score was.
Do you like what you heard from him in that interview, in the way that we will get that rematch?
Yeah, I think I'll call that the bullshit when I say bullshit. I don't think you believe what you're saying to you. But you understand, there's one thing he does know, is he's got to clean house out and make sure he changes something fundamentally. Otherwise, the same thing, if something worse will happen.
Excellent. Johnny, thank you very much for speaking to IFLTV.
Wall Street Memes Casino
I'm fine.
and Sportsbook.